now the challenge actually begins now, and this is and when you eat something that is spicy, you need to take water, unless you're gonna commit kigmichi and the hypo. But that's by the way, anyways. So now we're gonna be good on getting water. We have 3 hours to execute this plan. So everybody, you know what time is this, and this is Emmanuel vlog on your screen again. Today we are doing something different. Yes, the economy in Nigeria is getting worse, and people are finding it difficult to live and meet up with their daily needs. So today I'm going to be experiencing, or I want to experiment what it takes to live with 5,000 naira within 4 hours or lesser than 4 hours. So now I have from now been some minutes after 6, so maybe 8 o'clock in the evening, which is just, let's say, 2 hours to experiment living with just 5,000 naira in Nigeria in this current economy. So let's get into it. Okay, now the challenge actually begins now, and this is our time to introduce my timer, and my timer here says 3 hours. So after the timing, here exactly what the time is showing, and we have 3 hours to execute this plan. So behind me we have a POS where we can get money, but the problem now is that I don't actually have an ATM card to take the money. So I just hope that whoever that is operating this POS behind me can take transfer, because without it, that means this experiment is not going to take place. But I hope that she takes it, and let's go to withdraw the money. Cash!
I got to the POS where I can get the cash, and first thing was I asked if she actually takes transfer, and she said yes. But now another thing came up that I have to pay 200 naira charges in order to get the 5,000 naira, which is making it automatically spending 200 naira. But I did it in order to get the cash.
And it's time to spend. But first, we've got to go to somewhere, spend time. And when we get hungry, let's see what we can get with this money. If you actually carry any person in Nigeria for 3 hours in a day, or for any minimum thing we can eat in Nigeria, for 2 persons, not for only me, because there's somebody behind this camera that so much love food. So let's get into it.
So barely some minutes into the challenge, the day was already getting dark, and the person you are seeing at the moment is the person who I call, who was behind the camera. So she has to also come to the front of the camera in order for you to see who I introduced earlier. Now we are not yet hungry, so we decided to have a stroll, walk around the community, and see how the Sunday life was actually going. Because I was actually prepared to make this video, I didn't eat while I was leaving home. So a few minutes into the challenge, it was time to make our first buy.
Yeah, currently 28 minutes into this, and want to make sure our first spending. Yes, and want to buy something. I don't actually know what we're going to buy, but when we check the price of what we want to buy, we'll know if it is what we can afford within our budget. So go with us back, we'll go and do our first spending and see how much it's going to cost to get it. Okay, see, the first buy, maybe, I don't know, that one I didn't buy two. So that one cost us 500 naira to get that particular one. So, but for who is tasting and who ate it, he said it's not tasty. And
like strong.
Said it's too strong.
And this thing inside it's not well spiced. Like seasoning, I went to say.
And so the tester is actually paying, so the money was not actually spent the right way. So we continue again since that money has been spent, and whether we got what's supposed to be what's supposed to get on that amount, it doesn't actually matter. Now what matters is that the money has been spent, and what we're going to get next is what we'll be thinking of. So for now, stay tuned and keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. We are about 41 minutes into this challenge and we've actually spent just 500 Naira. But now when I actually try something new, maybe we don't know how much it's going to cost, or the most like the cheapest amount I want to take from us. I want to be getting suya, one of the most popular street food that you will find. So let's try it out and actually see. Maybe they can say 1,000, 2,000 maybe or lesser. But let's see what they've got to offer and let's see how much we're going to spend on it. So we keep going. I thought I saw something, but unfortunately, that is not suya. So we keep searching to find where we can actually get suya. So what I found now is not what I thought it was. So we keep searching. I thought that smoke behind me, or I passed us now, was actually suya, but it's not suya. So let's go get something else.
Which side?
Kaya pass.
What is the like?
Pass. We got to go get suya, and he gave me tester. But the problem now is that I'm not, I don't eat spicy food. But I will give it a try because it's challenge I've set for the day. I don't know, maybe we're going to get in 1,000 Naira suya to see how much it is and if the money will be well spent. 1,000. 1,000 man.
The Hausa man that was selling the suya was actually nice. He sold, some good amount of suya and gave us tester twice. And trust me, that has been the best suya I've ever eaten. Of recent, anyways, I've eaten best suyas before, but currently, this man turned out to be the best.
So we've spent another 1,000, making 1,500 Naira. And this time around, we bought suya. And to be sincere with you, since I came to Nigeria, this is the best suya that I have ever tasted. Yes, trust me. It's hot, it tastes nice, it's dried and well seasoning. Not much pepper, no much whatever, Maggi cube or whatever. See, I'm enjoying it. But now, I'm going to the same thing, you cannot say about it. For the eye. See,
I'm a foodie.
my accomplice finished the food. I did not eat much though. I eat only 4 times. Show you percent on the video. Maybe only 4 times. You have finished the food.
He said he does not like your spicy food. And I do, so. And I'm a foodie.
You know what? When I said I have a foodie behind the camera, I was referring to her. We spent 1,500 Naira from the money we put on the challenge, and we are about 1 hour into the challenge, or 1 hour and. So now what we ate now is spicy, and when you eat something that is spicy, you need to take water, unless you're gonna commit kigmichi and the hypo. but that is by the way, anyways. So now we're gonna be getting water. We don't know how much we're gonna save. So get water for 2 persons and see amount it's gonna cost for us. And after that one, we're gonna be entering the next phase to see what we can buy with the remaining 3,500 Naira before our challenge, our health. But if we're unable to finish up the money, when the challenge ends, that means you can actually spend 5,000 naira within 3 hours in Nigeria, and you can get something edible for yourself with that money. Okay, we've actually gotten a bottle water, and currently we find out that a bottle water in Nigeria actually costs 300 naira to get one bottle. That is even for smaller bottles, not even the bigger ones. But as of before I left Nigeria, they were selling one bottle water for 100 naira. This size was being sold for, I think, 100 naira then, but currently it's 300. So that is making it 1,800 naira being spent from the 5,000 naira. So we are still left with how much? We're still left with 3,200 naira. So let's go see what they can actually get. But we're already about 1 hour into the challenge, so I don't know if we can actually finish up that money before the next 2 hours. That was about 1 hour 10 minutes spent, and we've spent just 1,800 naira. So let's see what the rest of the money will be spent on the next remaining 1 hour 40 minutes. Want to spend money in buying chicken with the money left. See, to get something, in order to get a good diet, if you are not on budget in Nigeria currently, actually costs some amount of money. As the persons actually don't get enough protein that they need daily. So if you want to go get chicken, I don't know the actual part of chicken that gives protein, maybe the breast or something like that. Yes. I don't know why she wants to go and buy chicken, but for me, that is a no-go area on this challenge. So if you should tell her in the comment section that 5,000 naira cannot get a chicken, and the money has been spent, so almost about half of the money. I don't know how we're gonna get that today. So for now, that is all the challenge. Okay, we are from the supermarket and we get to get something else. And this time around, we spent 1,550 naira to get one Nutri-Soy and one of the biscuits that's popular in some schools in Nigeria. It's called Fab. So currently we spent about 3,000 something on the challenge, and we're already not up to 2 hours in the challenge. So I would say, if somebody asks me, I would say 5,000 naira can actually take you for about 6 hours if you are eating as somebody who is doing self-sponsor, not from the rich families. Yes, because with this, I think we are filled. I don't even know if I can actually eat this, truth be told. But my accomplice will actually eat. My accomplice will actually eat this and feel like nothing has happened. But truth be told, if you are in Nigeria and you are, you are doing self-sponsor, within 8 hours, you can actually be able to feed yourself with 5,000 naira. Because for 2 persons, in the past 2 hours, and we are still struggling. Yes, I can say we are struggling. My company is not very struggling, but for me, I would say we are struggling to finish up 5,000 naira within the past 2 hours, which is not even up to 3 hours. As the challenge was being set. So I would say it's nice, and people, if you are spending on budget, not spending, spending more than you can afford, you can be able to use 5,000 naira to feed yourself within 6 hours or maybe 8 hours, depending on how much food you can eat, in a sitting. So that is it for now. Now is the moment of fruit. We spent about 2 hours and 30 minutes of our time in this challenge, and I would say if you are doing self-sponsor in Nigeria, 5,000 naira can be able to take you for at least 6 hours in a day, excluding your transport. Let's be sincere to ourselves. If you are feeding, 5,000 naira can take you for 6 hours in a day, or even up to 8 hours. Because from my experiment, we found out that for 2 persons under 3 hours, you can actually be able to use 5,000 naira to feed. So that is the moment of truth. And for now, keep on watching and see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next one.